Hi, this is Keith Cobb with Hiddenbed of Oregon. We're going to demonstrate the assembly process for a Smile Queen hidden bed. And so we'll just get started. The first thing that we do is that we install the bottom stretcher to the case side here. Next thing is to install the second case side. Same thing. Notice the screwdriver goes in at about a 10-degree angle. You're not putting it straight in. Next thing is to put the case back on. The next is to put the case top on. Install the light system components, and the first thing is that this little, it's called a receiver, gets plugged in up on top here. It should be plugged into the C1 outlet. And there are two leads on this. We're only going to use one. It goes through the hole in the back and it threads down into the case. And these things on the top can be lightly taped to the top so that they don't move around. And then the extension cord gets plugged into this here. Like that. And actually, we're going to take some of this cord back up on top. We don't need the whole length of it. And that will be gathered and taped. The next thing is to put the cover for the white wire here. Which will be, there will be a Torx bit in your toolkit. the lead gets plugged into any one of these here, like that, and then we're going to pull this wire back up so that it's neatly held here. I want to pull that wire up. More. Let it down again. Pull it up. Okay, so this is where it's going to go. There is a screw, or actually there's a self-adhesive tape on the back of this that will hold it in place. We're not going to do that right now. But then this unit gets plugged in here and plugged into a wall outlet. Alright, so you'll want to use power strip behind your bed to plug things into with a flat plug on it. I don't have any outlets on this wall, so I'm just going to plug it into an extension cord like this. The light system has been plugged in. We've got the driver operating, and we have the receiver up here on operating. This is the remote, and you can use this to turn off the light, turn it on. You can also use the C1. If you press and hold, it will dim the light. Press and hold again, it'll brighten the light, or you just press it and it'll turn it off. Press it, turn it on. We're going to turn the light off now. So the next step is to put the lock blocks on. These use some trim head screws, which I'm going to preset in here, all 4 of them. And these use the Torx bit that will be in your kit. And I'm going to screw these down so that just the tip barely sits through a little bit. And these are different for each side, so you have to make sure you get the right one. They will be labeled so you know which one goes exactly where. So the screw holes fit into the pre-drilled pilot holes, and then you just tighten it down so that the screw head is just barely below the surface of the lock block. You don't want to screw these in too deep. Okay, and then we'll do the same with the other side. See that the screw tips are just a little bit below the surface here. And it's very easy to align then where it goes and screw it in. Again, just so that the heads are barely below the surface of the lock block. Is to put in what are called the bed stops. You have one on either side. desk. Have the desk back sitting on the floor with the graphic cams facing up, or the graphics pins facing up. Raise the desk and slide it onto the graphics pins. Step is to put the desk ends on. Down on the floor. And there are two cams on either end of the back that need to be tightened. Okay, the next step is to install the support part. Bolt that goes into the end of each side of the desk, and it's tightened with a 4mm wrench, which will be in your tool set, your parts. Now we're going to set the desk in place. Make sure that the bed blocks are recessed, and we're going to set this in right about there, which means just about right. Now we're going to assemble the bed. The first thing is to install the 1/2 of what's called the link pivot into the outside of the bed here. There are pre-drilled holes for that. You just slip them in like that. And then you can install the other side loosely to the inside of the bed. And it's helpful to use your 4mm wrench to hold the little machine screws that do that, so that you can easily screw it in loosely. This wants to be a little loose, like that. Now I'm going to go ahead and put this bed side panel on. It slips in between the two little brackets that we already installed. Go ahead and fasten each side with one of these little machine bolts here. Trunnions. This is what the whole bed pivots on. So we bring the desk back here so that the holes And then these go in here and slip into the holes in the bracket back here. Just be real careful that you don't cross thread anything. Next thing is to install the bed back rail. It takes 2 people to do it comfortably. Is to install the bed support bar. Carefully, don't scratch the bed as you're putting it in. Set it in the cradle, and then you have, again, these decorative bolts which go through the outside of the bedside rails and into the bed support bar. Snug it up. Is to screw the bed panel down. I'm not going to put in all the screws, just some of them, because just for this purpose here of demonstrating, it's not necessary. Next step is to put in the front mattress panel. We're going to carefully slip it in between the side rails and set it on the bed support bar, and then reach under and gently allow this to come down. And then we screw that in. Alright, so this is kind of one of the final moments. So getting ready to set the lift mechanisms in. What you have to do is lift this up by brute strength. 2 people help. And when it hits the bed stops, then you send in the bed locks, and that will hold it in place. And then you need to come down, sit on the floor, and grab the mechanism arm with both arms, and you're going to have to use your body weight and some strength to pull this down, and then slip it into the the link pivot, or the trigger. We already got the other side in. My assistant did that. So now you can pull out the bed stop, open the legs, press on the desk, and pull the bed out of the case. With this particular bed, it is preferable and highly recommended that you find your studs and drive 2.5 to 3 inch long screws through the back of the case into the studs to stabilize it on the wall. The case is broad enough at the base that it's not going to tip over, but there is a little bit of tenderness that really helps to have it fastened to the wall. Hiddenbed has been ordered with a special desk extension. We have here, these are the bayonets which help to support it. Come to the front of the desk, align the bayonets with the receivers there, just slide it in. And there you are. When you don't want this, you can just pull it out and store it somewhere. That also comes with a side cabinet, which we have here. It will be pre-assembled like this. The only thing that you'll have to do is to reinstall the handles, because we will not send it out with the handles on it. And then there will be shelf pins and shelves to go in the interior. Drawers have been set up for hanging file folders. It's all ready to go.